one thing that we wanted to talk about was just success and creating success. And, obviously that's a huge topic that's changed our lives. Everyone defines that differently in their own life. Obviously there's financial success, but there's success in many different areas of your life. And I kind of look at, for me, my definition of success is very different than what it was before. It's different than just what society kind of projects as what is success, because I look at holistically every area of my life.
Yes.
And unfortunately, our society doesn't quite recognize, I think, to the extent that they should, the value and the importance of someone being happy, someone being a great parent, someone having a great relationship, great health, great overall well-being and quality of life. I look at that as much more valuable than just someone that has a lot of money. And oftentimes I'm not that impressed if there's someone that just like, someone's introduced as a speaker in front of an audience or YouTube, whatever, that they're really successful. Well, I often think, okay, so what? Okay, well, how about all the other areas of their life? Because yes, you could be very successful financially, but that doesn't mean that you are in all those other areas.
In your relationships,
the grand scheme of things,
health.
All those other areas are way more important, than just making a lot of money and being wealthy.
Yeah, or equally important. And I think, like, I hear you on that.
To an extent, though, like when you don't have money, then the money is important. But once you're at that point where you do have it, then all those other areas are going to give you much better return in your life than just making more money.
I am 100% in agreement with you. I think that living a successful life is living a life that you feel joyous every day. And how can one feel joyous every day? Well, usually it's because all the things that you value in your life, which is why it's important to understand what you value in life, get clarity on what you value. And so if you value your relationship, your intimate relationship, if you value your relationship with your kids, if you value your health, if you value your success, if you value your spirituality, if you value your fitness, okay, if these are your top values in life, then you need to be focusing on these values, on these areas of your life, and investing your time into them so that you grow in those areas. And success is growing in those areas. It's not achieving any kind of finished goal. It's always going to be a work in progress, but the success comes from feeling like you're growing in the areas that you value in life. And so for you and for myself, we oftentimes kind of like take some time to sit back and reflect and think, okay, I want to be 8, 9, and 10 in the top in these areas of my life. I want levels 8, 9, and 10. I want to feel great about my health. I want to feel great about my relationship. I want to feel great about my spiritual connection with God. And if they're not 8, 9, and 10, then that is my indicator that I now need to be focusing more of my time every day to getting those levels to 8, 9s, and 10s. And that's how I'm going to feel really great about my life. That's how I'm going to feel like I'm a success. Not if I just achieve a financial goal. Because how many stories have we heard of people who've achieved amazing successes financially, but then they're miserable? Or, they have success came at a cost to them. They became successful financially, but it came at the cost of their health. They're overweight, or it came at the cost of the relationship. Now they're getting a divorce because they didn't put in the time into the relationship. They sacrificed that for far too long. So we want that holistic view of success. And I think that's
life mastery.
That is life mastery. And that's why I love that you named your channel Project Life Mastery from, 8, 9 years ago. That was always at your forefront, was like, I want success in all these areas.
Yes. I think, I'm a big believer, though, that at times you need to make trade-offs and temporary sacrifices in areas of your life in order to focus more on an area of your life. Because I think it's very difficult to create success while simultaneously trying to be equally balanced in every area of your life. Because to really create success is like a very extreme condition that requires a tremendous amount of energy and focus and just going to an extreme in order to create something like that.
Yeah,
and
true success.
When I look at the success that we created, it was kind of putting other areas of our life kind of a little bit on pause, like not neglecting them completely, but just really trying to go all in on one area of life. And then once you get to a certain point, then rebalancing your life and trying to ensure that when you do that, you're not creating damage to these other areas of your life in the process. So for example, like as you refer to, damaging your marriage to the point where you're ending up in getting a divorce, damaging the relationship with your kids, damaging your health where now there's no coming back. Like we still always made sure in our pursuit that we still did the basics, the minimums of relationship, your health, social life, etc.
You can't completely neglect any one of these areas, because if you do, it will die. So the key with that's true. I agree that sometimes like success is almost like an addiction. You have to kind of go full in if you really want to create that financial success. But it works if the two of us are in alignment with that goal. You know, we both understand we're not going to have hurt feelings if you're working or I'm working and unavailable. And we have an agreement on when it is we're going to spend quality time together. You know, maybe it's not as often as we used to, but for now, while we're both grinding, you know, you have to have some level of an agreement and understanding for that to work. Otherwise, what ends up happening is one person has, you know, decided that my goal is to make X amount of dollars and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make that without even letting their partner know of that goal.
Right.
And then they go all in and then they're totally unavailable and their partner's feeling completely neglected. And then it's the beginning of the end of the relationship.
Yeah. You have to, if you're in a relationship, you have to be aligned with the vision, the direction that you both want to go, what you want to create for yourselves. And you have to understand and accept that journey that you're going to embark on together, and still have a negotiation to determine your relationship. You know, like the way I always kind of looked at it, you know, because people often ask like how you kind of manage your life. I think like it's actually quite simple. Like for your health physically, you know, there's a certain amount of exercise every day, right? So maybe that's an hour a day, you know, even if it's 45 minutes or maybe it's a couple days out of the week. But that's an area of your life that if you just commit, let's say that 1 hour a day, and then, you know, that's the only time that it really requires in order to really make sure that you're taking really good care of that area of your life called your health and your fitness. Of course, there's the diet and what you eat, but that doesn't really necessarily take more time, maybe preparing food or whatever it is. But, you know, for me, like I like very efficient meals. Like I make a smoothie every day. That ensures I get a lot of great nutrients and everything. But like, that's kind of all you really need to do for that area of your life. And then your relationship, maybe you determine with your partner that you have 1 or 2 days a week, and that's date night. That's the time you spend quality time together. Right. And then your friends and your social life. Okay, maybe you have, you know, a day out of the week where you go with your friends, you connect with them, and that kind of ensures that area of your life, you know, at least maintained, right? So there's kind of ways, like for me, it's never really required that much to maintain those areas of my life. And then with the other waking hours that I'd really just dedicate it on creating myself and the future and the business and the freedom and the results that I wanted in my life. And, you know, that's what I could do with all that other time that I had.
Yeah. So again, that comes back to understanding what your values are. What are the most important areas of life to you? Because most people, they're totally unaware of what they value in life. And so what happens is they wake up every day and they just get pulled in whatever direction is attracting them first, you know, wherever the demands are realistically. And so like you said, it's quite easy. Like my takeaway from if I were a listener right now would be, okay, get clear on what my values are. If I want to lead a successful life, you know, a life that I feel joyful about, then I want to get clear on my values. I want to do one thing. My intention every day is to do one thing for each of those areas of my life that I value, whether it is, you know, going to the gym for 30 minutes, whether it is, you know, having a smoothie every day, whether it is reading my kids a bedtime story at night, doing a meditation, you know, touching one small thing every day. Doesn't have to take up a lot of time for these areas of life. And that will feel like a successful day. And one successful day will compound to a week of success, a month of success, a year of success, and you're going to feel like a successful person. And it has nothing to do with how much you're earning on your paycheck. And trust me, when you start feeling good, when you start feeling like a successful person, you're going to start earning more, because it's how you exude. It's an energy that you now have within you that people want more of. They feel your energy and they are attracted to it.